comparison topics such as like networking, programming, operating system, and others. So if you have you are interested in all program, just feel free to join in every of webinar. No need to register. So just one link for everything, every access of a webinar. So yeah, and during webinar, if you have any questions, you may drop the message in the chat box or just unmute yourself and ask question directly. So topic webinar tonight is tunnel versus VPN on Mikrotik. Let me introduce to the speaker, Mr. Ahmad Mardiansyah. He's a co-founder of GLC Networks. He's also trainer, mentor, and consultant for an IT and SP for more than 10 years. He also has experience in domestic and overseas projects. So you are ready for the slides?
Yeah, sure. We can start
Okay, so let's
immediately.
get started. Thank you and enjoy the webinar.
Right, thank you, admin. So let's get started. So today we'll be talking about tunnel versus VPN. Actually, these are two things, and these two things are similar. I mean, same in the depends on your perspective. We'll be finding out what's different between them, or what will be the similar aspect of both of them. Agenda. Yeah, we'll be talking about the overlay networks. And then we're talking about the tunnel versus VPN, what are the difference between them. And then security, and then perhaps we can do live practice. Next, introduction. So we are GLC Networks, Garda Lintas Cakrawala. We are based in Bandung. Our areas are training and IT consulting. We are certified partner for Mikrotik and Ubiquiti Linux. Okay, we also have a products for a Redis manager. We also have regular event, and one of the event is what we are doing now, which is the GLC webinar. About myself, my name is Achmad. I'm based in Bandung, Linux user, Mikrotik user, Ubiquiti user, Cisco user, whatever user. So as long as we are consulting company, as long as it is useful for a customer, and then we are just using it, especially if it's open source. Yeah, so most of our product are based on open source, um, open source technologies. Okay. Yeah, I'm also a trainer for Mikrotik, especially for networking actually. So because we are not only talking about Mikrotik things, we also do other vendors. We are providing solutions, and then when we talk about solution, it's not only depends on one vendor. Also writing some articles on some websites. But if you guys have LinkedIn, I would like to connect to you guys. Okay, so this is my LinkedIn account. Okay, you can check my my LinkedIn account. You can search my name on LinkedIn, and then hopefully we can connect. I would like to connect with you guys. Okay, perhaps we can build some more projects in the future. If we need resources, perhaps we can contact you guys, or if you have any opportunities, then we can work together, right? So about our experience, yeah, mostly we are doing a task regarding networking, especially networking with other integrations. So, I mean, when we develop a network, setting up network, setting here and there, that one, I think it's done not that hard, I would say. But I mean, setting up a networking, make sure that everyone can ping from here to there. That one is not. I mean, not. I mean, not. I mean, I will not say it's easier, but there are more other things that we need to do for networking. It's like integration with other systems. So that's what we did. Like we integrate the network automation, we integrate the billing, also doing a migration. Okay. yeah, doing a migration from bridged to routed network. Yeah, about the webinar itself, we start webinar since 2010, and then for schedule, you can access the schedule on website. If you have topics to be presented, you're welcome to contact us here. You can use group chat to type your suggested topics. Okay. About your now, it's yourself. Thank you very much. Here I can see. Oh, okay. It's 42 participant. Thank you very much. Okay. I can see so based on your name. Some of you are from Indonesia, from I think here is from Africa, and then we have others here. We have Ahmad. Okay, same thing. Adrian, Ahmad, Aziz, Akbar, Almer, Anjar. Oh, a lot of things, a lot of participants. And then yeah, based on the chat here, some of you are from Pakistan. Thank you very much. Okay, hopefully everyone there is good. From Philippines, thank you. And then Andrew from Portugal. Oh, wow. Thank you. And then I see here. Oh, okay. I know this guy. Tiho. Yeah, you're from Bulgaria. Thank you. Hope everybody is okay there. Others from Cambodia. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you for your introduction here. So hopefully this webinar is have a good effect on you. Okay, so we already devastated by COVID-19, so don't let the COVID-19 destroy all of us. At least we can do something useful. Right, for those of you who are from Indonesia, oh, from Malenda, yes, not far from here. I'm from Bandung. Okay, let's get started. So, okay, let's talk about overlay network. Okay, so this is the first step before we step into the VPN. Okay, before we talk about the VPN itself, the tunneling, the nitty-gritty things about the VPN, and then other stuff. So these are the prerequisites and that you need to know. This is advanced topic, okay? So this is not a topic for beginner. We assume you already understand how internet works, okay, technically, okay? So it's just not like, okay, I can open Google and then type something so that I can know how to, how the internet works. So it's not like that. So you need to know how internet works, like AS number, routing, and then IP addressing. You need to know the difference between public IP address and then private IP address. Okay. Yes. Okay. You need to know the subnetting. At least you understand what's the difference between /21 and then /23, which one is bigger. Okay. So even though this is 23 and then this is 21, but doesn't mean the higher number means the bigger. You need to know routing. Okay. So if I want to route from here to there, there will be several router between them, and then you need to know how routing table works. Of course, you need to understand what's the difference between layer 2 and layer 3 addressing. Okay. So we have a layer 2 addressing, which is the MAC address, and then layer 3, which is the IP address. And then the IP address, we have two versions, version 4 and version 6. Next is about the difference between broadcast domain and then collision domain. Okay, so this is fundamental things. And then you know how ARP works, address resolution protocols, ARP. And then you need to know how encapsulation works, because when we send the data, there will be an encapsulation process where your data, original data, will be added more and more before it is transmitted over the medium. Okay, so we assume you already know this. So Okay, before we go, at least we know this kind of topology, right? So this is the internet, okay? So I just put here a very simple internet connection. So the red one here is the public IP address, okay? And then here is the router. We have routers connected to many networks. And then this is your office, okay? And then this is the subnet of your office. And then you go to cafe, okay? So 192.168.1.0/24. This is very common subnet, right? And then this is your house. You connected to an ISP here, ISP. And then the ISP set up a modem here. You connect to the modem, and then yeah, off you go. Okay, so this is public versus private network. Okay, so these are public, public, and then most likely here on the green is private, private, private. Okay. Okay, so as simple as that. So even though, as you can see here, home and then cafe. So as you can see, we cannot connect from home to cafe. Why? Because they are private networks. First, because they don't want to, they don't want you to access their network. And second, they are using private IP address here. Okay. So as the general rule, you should not have a duplicated network if you want to connect, right? If you this network is duplicated, right? See here and here. Yeah. So they are using same network, so that's why they cannot connect to each other because they are same network. Okay. So what they will do is they are doing a translation here, NAT. Okay. So which is translating from private IP to public IP. Okay. So here we also do NAT. From private IP to public IP. Okay. So how is it possible if you are at a cafe or at home and then you want to connect something to your office, right? So that's because we are now working from home, right? But our server, our work are not in our house. So usually we go here directly, right? We go here physically working on that. Okay, sitting on the uh, yeah, sitting there working for the whole day, and then you go home. We are going to office every day and then working there. So now we are not working from home office. We are working from home. We are working from cafe. But cafe now it's banned. Most likely they are closed. So we are most likely working from home. So what's the solution? Well, we can do a overlay network like this. Okay, so what will it do? Well, it set up an overlay network. So meaning that we are creating a network over a network. Okay, so there must be an underlying network. Yes, so underlying network is here, and here. Okay, so those are the underlying network, the physical network. So those network must be exist. And then on top of that, we set up a new network, which is the overlay network. And then, for example, this is uh, the network of the overlay. I mean the network the network prefix. This is the prefix. Okay, 192.168.9.0 here, and then if everyone wants to connect to the office, they need to join to the overlay network. So uh, your your uh, your laptop here needs to connect to the overlay network, and then after that, the overlay network server here will give you an IP address of this. Okay, so your laptop will have two IP addresses. Yes, correct. So this is IP number 1, and then this is IP number 2. IP number 1 you get from the cafe. IP number 2 is from the overlay network. So there will be an overlay network that manage those connections. So is it confusion to have more than one IP address? No, it's not. So that's the technology of overlay network. That's what we are talking about now. Okay. So this type here is from the device to the, we call it overlay network server here. So this is the server. Okay. Yeah, directly from the device. Other alternative is from side to side. So the one that is dialing, we call it dialing, is the router. So the router here will dial the server. Okay. And then your device, because the router already connect to the server, you don't have to connect, you don't have to dial directly to the server. Okay. You can just connect to the office directly. Okay. So that's how it works. Once you connect to overlay network, the overlay network will give you IP address like this. Okay. And then that overlay network, and then there will be a virtual interface, and then a real layer 3 addressing. So here, okay, you will have a virtual interface. All right. And then the overlay network server will give you a uh, layer 3 addressing. Okay. So there will be a new like a VPN interface for that. Okay, that's how the overlay network works. Okay. Any questions so far? Yeah, so this is an example of application of the overlay network. So as you can see, so just like what I said, this is a server, and then this is server. This is site number 1. Okay, site 1. This is site 2. Okay, site 2. Okay, so they want to connect to each other over the internet. So how do they do that? Okay, so the access server here and the access server here actually is a router. So this router will dial this router over here. Okay, and then they are setting up a tunnel. Okay, and then if you're not at one side, you are free from others, and then there will be a from device to a server. So device to a server here. Okay, so applications can be side-to-side connection. So to connect between private IP addresses, or from device to site. Okay, so from device to site, this one. Then side to side is like this. Okay. Now let's talk about tunnel. So first, okay, looks like this is too small. Hopefully you can see it. Okay, so usually we start from the real private network to the virtual private network. So real private network is this. So this is the internet, and then this is your modem, right? Connect to the internet through an ISP, and then after the modem you have a firewall, and then you have switches. After the switch, you have an access point here, okay, and then you connect through the access point. From the switch, you go to the server, and then to other switches, to printer, and then other devices, and then this is your PC, okay, where you're working every day, and then so on and so forth. So this is your private network, and then that one is real. It's real devices, okay, real. So it's real private network. Why is it private? Because it's owned by you. Others cannot access it without your permission, without coming to your place. right? So this is a private network. So because Office now is closed, and then you want to access something, a server here, you want to access the server from your house. How can you do that? So we not migrate, we extend the private network into the virtual private network. So in the beginning, this is your office, which is here. And then you want to extend your office so that you can work from other places here. Okay. You can work, so this is called a branch office, but you can turn this one like from your house. This is from your cafe, okay, and then this is from other houses. Yeah, you can work from anywhere. And then the way you do that is you are dialing. So there is a device here dialing to there, dialing to here and to here, and then you can connect. As simple as that. So we convert from real private network and then extend to a virtual private network. Okay. So type of VPN, we have discussed this before, right? So first is to provide remote access, right? Yeah. So you have an office here, so it's site to site. Okay. Sorry. The remote access is here. Okay. So this is your laptop, and then you connect to the local network like your home, right? And then your home is, you have a router here, and then the router connects to the internet. Here's the internet, okay, and then the internet connects to other network, which is the your office network. So for this case, it is you who are dialing uh, to the office. Maybe I will use other colors, maybe green. Yeah, so this is you who is dialing directly to the server. Okay, so the server here is the VPN server. Okay, so the overlay server. So you will have two IP addresses. Okay, the IP address 1 and then IP address 2. IP address 1 will be assigned to your physical. This is physical, and then this is virtual IP addresses. So yeah, depends on the tunneling. Uh, Tunneling or VPN types. Uh, Not always provide the virtual IP address. So sometimes they just provide like a virtual cable from other point to the other points. Okay. This is a classification from of VPN technologies. I got it from the what is it? Wikipedia. Yeah. So this is us. Okay, the VPN here. So we can be uh, classified to the provider, okay, provider side or customer side. So it can be a remote or side to side. For side to side, you can use IPsec, GRE, or IP. If it is provisioned by the provider, it means that the ISP, it can be also classified as site to site or remote access. Remote access is for a laptop or end devices, okay, and devices. So here we can use voluntary tunnel. Here we can use L2F. PPTP or L2TP, okay, voluntary, we have a PPTP, L2TP, IPsec, or SSL TLS. For the side-to-side, depends on technology we are using. We can use, for example, GMPLS. So this is, you must have an MPLS, okay. So side-to-side, usually if you are ISP and then you provide, you you are providing an we call it what is it, loopback, a local loop. Yeah, sorry, local loop. Okay, so for example, you have a big ISP. Okay, you have lots of routers, and then you cover lots of you are covering a big coverage. Okay, so this is a city, a big city. Okay, a city. Okay, this is west, this is east. Okay, you are covering all of them because your network is very big. Okay, so here and there. Okay, so this is your customer, customer one, and then this is the customer one as well. Okay, so you want to provide, because you want to provide, they have an office here, and they also have an office here, same customer. Okay, so here you can provide side to side connectivity between them. Okay, so through your network, your what is called, what did I call, a local loop? Yeah, local loop, local loop. Okay, so you can provide a local loop service. Yeah, it means that you can make money from here as long as you have a big network. So that's one thing. If you are ISP now, it's one idea to generate more money. But now office are closed, so perhaps side to side is not that popular. Okay, so yeah, you get the idea. So they have the branches, office, uh, scattered through city, and then they want to connect, you want to connect them with your network. So that's how it works. So why do you need VPN? Okay, because you don't want them, yeah, because they are running routing protocol here. They can run routing protocol here, and they don't want, you don't want their routing protocol destroy your routing protocol here. Right, so that's why you set up a VPN. Okay, this is a VPN for you guys, and then do whatever you want. Okay, your routing protocol will not disturb my internal routing protocol here. This is routing protocol. Okay, BGP, GP, another BGP, 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 BGP. Okay, so those routing protocols that is run by the clients will not ruin your routing, your own routing protocol. That's the purpose for side-to-side VPN. So for that, you can use GMPLS. So it's based on VLS. You can use layer 2 VPN based on MPLS as well. Layer 3 VPN. Yeah, so we can use here signaling VPN. Okay, so it can be PE based, CE based, IPsec, GRE, IPIP. Yeah, it can be, yes, as I said, it can be based on MPLS or VRF. Okay, VRF with BGP. Okay, so here you can use IPsec, L2tp, GRE, or IPIP. So to understand this, you need to know MPLS, okay, to understand the details. So I just want to, at least I just want to inform you that in order to set up things like this, you need to set up a MPLS network first. Okay. Others are, for example, point-to-point VPLS here. Yeah, other things. So also you can use QNQ, which is the VLAN over VLAN. And actually this is, yeah, VPLS. This is called VPLS. So basically most of the side-to-side VPN are based on the VPLS. Actually there is one called VXLAN. So maybe they're putting here VXLAN. That's kind of side-to-side VPN as well. Okay, and then Mikrotik also supports it on version 7. Okay, so those are VPN technology. There are lots of them. And then let's talk about the VPN on Mikrotik. So VPN on Mikrotik support many VPN technologies. First is UIP. So this is owned by Mikrotik. It's Mikrotik only. Okay, you cannot apply UIP between Cisco and Mikrotik. No, you cannot. And then Mikrotik can be VPTP server. Okay, where this protocol is very old protocol. Okay, supported by Windows and Android. Okay, so this is very common. Even though this is not secure, I mean, it's easy. Many reports says that it's not secure, but at least compared to a, a unencrypted tunnel, this one is much better. I mean, it's better. I'm not saying it's better compared to others. It's much better compared to no encryption. So PPTP has some encryption. And then you have L2TP, yeah, layer 2 tunneling protocol. Okay, or you have SSTP, IP, GRE, PPPoE. Well, some perspective we can say PPPoE is like a tunneling technology. Because why? Because this is your data. Remember the encapsulation process, right? So this is your data, and then your data will be added by layer 4 header, and then layer 3 header, okay, and then layer 2 header, okay. And then if you use this kind of technologies, okay, so you will be adding something here, okay. So instead of data layer 4, layer 3, layer 2, that depends. Okay, so if you are using MPLS, your encapsulation will be data layer 4, layer 3, MPLS header, and then layer 2. Okay, so this is how you use MPLS. Okay, if you are using a PPPoE, there will be a header here. Okay, if you use L2TP, this is L2TP. L2TP, okay, L2TP protocol. So there will be they are inserting a new header between layer 4 and layer 3. So that's how we think it's a VPN technology. So every time you use VPN, there will be a modification on a normal and other than normal encapsulation. So this is normal encapsulation. Okay, so normal encap. Normal, so my handwriting is not good. Normal encapsulation, okay? So if you use VPN, and then you will not use normal encapsulation anymore, because this VPN technology will add some additional header on your stack, okay? Blah 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 blah, and then Mikrotik support OpenVPN. So this is very famous, a very preferred way for doing VPN. Okay, OpenVPN is because it's based on the private key and public key. Yeah, but unfortunately on Mikrotik it supports on TCP only. So that's why somebody asked me, make a complaint why Mikrotik is not good on OpenVPN. I was in other implementation. I'm using OpenVPN, but the performance is very good. Yeah, it's because OpenVPN is OpenVPN or VPN has two types. First is TCP base, and then second is UDP base. Okay, so for TCP, well, not bad, uh, but Mikrotik do not support the UDP, only support the TCP. So that's why if you use OpenVPN and then you want to send traffic, a real-time traffic like video call or VoIP over the Mikrotik VPN, the performance is not good. Why? Because it's based on TCP. Others, this is new, released since version 7. Yeah, I'm not sure. Now it's version 7 beta 4. Uh, yeah, maybe beta 3 or beta 2. So WireGuard is there, and then yeah, people are waiting for improvement for WireGuard. WireGuard is very good, has a has a good reputation for VPN performance. And then we would like to see the WireGuard is available on Mikrotik stable version. Next is the MPLS base. It can be VPLS, which is the layer 2, layer 3 VPN, or layer 2 VPN with a BGP signaling. All right. So this is one example of Uip tunneling protocols. So which is the Uip? So mostly Uip is used for site-to-site connectivity. Okay, so for example, this is you have two sites. Okay, site number 1, site number 2, and then both of them are using same IP address, 192.168.1.0/24, same. So both of them are same. So it means that this laptop can connect to that laptop, uh, yeah, without routers. So what you can do is you can set up here. This is a public IP address, and then yeah, make sure it's not changed. Okay, static public IP address, and then between them you set up a EOIP. So the red one here is EOIP tunnel. Okay, and then the blue one here is the bridge. Okay, so you set up, you put the UIP into the bridge, and then for example, this is Ether 2, for example, Ether 2, Ether 2 interface, you connect to the bridge. Okay, so that's how you connect two sites using UIP protocol. So, but remember, both routers are Mikrotik, must be Mikrotik. Okay, now we can talk about the security on VPN. As I mentioned earlier, when we talk about security, we have CIA, right? Confidentiality, integrity, and then what is A? Availability, right? Availability, in integrity, confidentiality. Okay. So confidentiality, so we call it triad, right? So triad. So CIA. So if you Google a security model, then you will find CIA, things like this: confidentiality, integrity, and then availability. So confidentiality means it's confidential. So only respected or allowed party can 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 access the message. So technologies to do that is, for example, authentication. Okay, like two-factor authentication, fingerprints, or retina scan. Okay, so that's the confidentiality. And then authentication to make sure that uh, the same thing for confidentiality. And then integrity. So it means that the data so is sent from the sender, sorry, from TX, I call it this, to receiver. Okay. So the data that is sent, so this is the data, so this is the data, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so as you can see, so here I have 3 stripes, and then here I have 4 stripes. So it means that along the way here, So somebody changed the data from 3 stripes to 4 stripes. Okay, so that's what we prevent using integrity. Okay, so we're trying to prevent that kind of activity. Uh, Technical implementation, we can use private key and public key. We also use a hash algorithm to check whether the data has the same fingerprint. So we have a fingerprint here and we have a fingerprint here, and then we compare. Okay, if the fingerprint are not same, so it means that the data already changed. Okay, that's the security model for VPN. You must understand that not all tunnel are encrypted. Okay, not all tunnel. So tunnel means I want to access my 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 server in my office. So I will set up a tunnel from my place to the office server. Okay, we can connect, but it doesn't mean that the connectivity is encrypted. So it's two different things. Okay, so that's why when we talk about the integrity and confidentiality, we'll be talking about how to secure VPN protocol. And then the first technology that comes to our mind is IPsec. So IPsec works. So as you can see, this is your data. And then we have layer 4 and then layer 3. Okay. So, and then this is, no. Actually, IPsec is sitting after that. So oops. So this is data, and then this is layer 4. This is IPsec. Okay, IPsec, and then this is the layer 3. This is layer 2. Okay. So IPsec is start from here. Okay, that's the IPsec. So it will encrypt all the data. Okay, so even though, okay, I can see the layer 3 here. Okay, good. But after layer 3, everything is encrypted. So it's like a blanket security. Mikrotik supports the IPsec, and then IPsec is very, I mean, on the paper, it's not that easy to configure the IPsec because lots of options. And then between the vendors, for example, between Mikrotik and Cisco and Juniper, and then other vendors, sometimes there are different implementation. Okay. So in vendor A, they're saying this parameter is this, other parameter is that. So for the same parameter, they have different names. Huawei, many vendors is not. I'm not saying all vendors, but for the same thing of IPsec, the parameters name some vendors name that parameter IPsec parameters differently. Okay, that was IPsec. Second is we can use TLS. It's very common. For example, if you have SMTP, most likely you have a TLS. Okay, so if you have a Google account and then you want to access that Google account from your laptop or a phone, there is a security options, and then one of them either TLS or SSL. TLS is for port 587, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 587, and then SSL is 465 port. The port number is 465. TLS is being used by OpenVPN and then SoftEther. Okay, other technologies are DTLS like Cisco, and then we have MPPE here, point-to-point tunneling protocols. We have SSTP, Secure Socket Tunneling Protocol. This is encryption. And then we have MPVPN, Yeah, I never used this one. I get it from the reference that I have. Actually, you can also set up a VPN also through SSH. Okay, yeah, that can be used as a VPN as well. And then you can use WireGuard. Okay, so WireGuard is a protocol. Okay, I haven't put here the text. So as I mentioned before, WireGuard is one example of a new protocol, that implements public key and private key here. All right, so I think that's all for the materials. So perhaps you can do practice. So let me share the access, and then I will, perhaps I can share also my whole screen here so that you can see my Mikrotik. Yeah. Okay, so this is an example of my Mikrotik router. This is live, but not for production. Okay, so this is how it looks like. So if you want to set up point-to-point, so most likely you are using interface, and these are the physical interface that I have. Okay, so ether 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and SFP. Okay, I have SFP port here, and then you can see my. Okay, so this is not correct. Okay, so this is a gigabit interface. I'm using the beta 4. Looks like they have to work on the unit here. So as you can see, unit here is gigabit, which is not correct. Okay. So it should be kilobyte. Yeah, kilobyte. So as you can see, if you want to set up something, you can pick here. So we have that there are a number of selection you can choose. Oh, okay, it's already closed. Sorry. Yeah, so you can see we have a UIP tunnel, IP tunnel, GRE tunnel, and so on and so forth. Oh, okay. One more thing, as I mentioned earlier, uh, um, VPN is not always encrypted. Okay, so as you can see here, and then one example for that is the UIP. Okay, so UIP here, when you set up UIP, is very simple. You set up the local address and then remote address and then tunnel ID. As simple as that. But that one is not encrypted. Now, not now, I mean many years ago, Mikrotik already know that, so that they modify the the UIP interface so that you can include IPsec here. You can type here so that the UIP traffic will be encrypted. Before what you will do is you set up, well, it depends. You can set up a L2tp IPsec first, and then you set up UIP. Okay, but now it's not like that. Yeah, so now IPsec is built in as a built-in support or in UIP, so that your work should be easier now. Okay, so that's UIP. Okay, let me share. Okay, so I think that's all for the VPN. Any questions from you guys? Okay, let me share the access. Okay, where's the access here? Wait a moment. Oh yeah. Okay, any question, guys? So looks like very silent. Hopefully you can understand. Yeah. Okay, let me share the live practice. Oh, where is it? Okay, so I will share the access. Okay, there. Oh, okay, I got one question. So currently I'm now in WFH, work from home, for asking for using two application that uses two VPN, Ipsec and L2tp. So can Mikrotik set up two VPN protocol in the same time? Yes, it is possible. Yeah. So basically what you can do is you go, if you want to activate PPTP, SSTP, L2TP, you can activate both of them on the same time, okay? So you can tick here, you just tick enable, and then off you go. My router here becomes PPTP server. You tick here, and then my router becomes SSTP server. You tick here, now my router becomes L2TP server. Done. Oh yeah, one more thing, okay? For L2TP server, okay, L2TP server. This is one. Thank you for the questions. So this is L2TP server, okay? And then this is the internet. And then this is IP1, IP2, okay? And then you, this is your modem, right? Or maybe I just erased them. Modem, okay. Modem 1, modem 2, okay. Modem 1 uses IP address 1. This is IP1, this is IP2. And then behind the modem, you have your own laptop, right? So this is very common scenario with your work from home. Okay. Then this is IP3, for example. So this is one problem of L2TP. Okay, sometimes it hangs, and then I don't like it. So hopefully WireGuard is much better. Okay, so you have one client. Okay, this is C1, this is C2, this is C3. Problem with the L2TP is you must have a unique IP address for a person that connects to the server. So for example, C1 here will connect to that successfully. And then the router here, the server, will check, oh, okay, it's coming from IP number 2. Okay, the first connection done. Next connection for client number 2. And then the connectivity to here is not go through because L2TP by default, by the RFC, only allow unique IP address. So if that IP address already used for L2TP connectivity, and then the second connection that use the same IP address will be failed. So solution use other VPN protocols like maybe PPTP or SSTP or maybe WireGuard. Okay. Okay, that hopefully answer the questions. Another question. What is the same version, WireGuard and then others? What is the same version of WireGuard? Oh yeah, WireGuard, as you can see, this is WireGuard. WireGuard here, this is how you configure your WireGuard. So you set up first, as I said, when we talk about VPN, we always talk about what? About virtual interface. See? So you set up a WireGuard here. Okay, and then they will generate the private and then the public key. Okay, and then the port here, and then you will see there will be a WireGuard. See, there will be a WireGuard interface. Okay, so this is WireGuard, and then here's the WireGuard. So this interfaces. So as you can see, this is the interface, right? The real interface only these four. I mean these six. Okay, Ether 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and SFP. So I'm sorry. Wireless. Wireless is also a real interface. Others, this one, this one, this one, this one, are just virtual. Okay, you cannot see them physically, but they exist inside your router. Okay, those are physical interface. Okay, so yeah, is it the same versions? I'm not sure, but between WireGuard is Linux based. This is WireGuard. Okay, so this WireGuard is Linux based. VPN, and then it's embedded embedded in Linux kernel since 2020. I mean, you mean last year, maybe March or April. Okay, so this protocol is new, but the development itself started from 2016, so it's not new. The integration to Linux kernel was done last year, and then because Mikrotik is based on Linux kernel, so any features on Linux kernel will be available for Mikrotik, so which is good. Okay, another question. When we enable SSTP, the service will overlap with IP service SSL. Any advice? Yes, you just change the port. As simple as that. We don't have to use 443, right? Here, SSTP, why don't you just change it to 8443 or 8888 or whatever you like. Okay, just change the port. Okay, make it your life easier. Don't make it hard. Okay, so hopefully that answer the questions. Yes, understand. There is a IP service here. Yeah, SSL. Okay, and then SSTP also 443. I mean, just change. You can change here to something else and then change it something else. Problem solved. Right. Is it possible? I have a question here from Arya. Is it possible to have tunnel bonding? I'm not sure. And then I don't think it's a good idea for bonding. Okay, so bonding is used for physical interface. Okay, between 3 and 4, you can use here bonding. Okay, bonding 1, and then here's the slave interface, and then for example, you want to bond between 3 and 4, this is what you do. Okay, but not for physical interface. Come on, no, it's a bad idea. See, and then you are not allowed to put a virtual interface on bonding. No, man, no, it's a bad idea. Okay, so hopefully you're already able to access the live practice. So let me check. Okay, so here it is. You can play with some routers there. Okay, so make sure you can ping netsim241.lan.glcnetworks.com. Okay, make sure it pings. Okay, pings, and then you can SSH to admin at ssh.admin at, and then you change the port number to 2 and then X. So if you want to access the router 1, and then you change 01. If you want to access router 02, and then just use 02. So I'll be accessing 03, for example. You sure? Yes. Off we go. So I'm on router 3. Yay! So system package print. Okay, so this one is using version 644.5. Yeah, it's not using version 7. You cannot do WireGuard here. Yeah, so interface, for example, add interface, for example, UIP, and then add, and then remote address. You have to write them, and then don't forget to add the local address as well. There's no local address. Oh, I have to write something. Just write random number. Local address. Yeah. Local address 2222, for example, and then tunnel ID. So tunnel, these two things are important. Okay, tunnel ID is, for example, 11. Yeah, this is, yeah, it's done. Okay, so when you see /interface print, then you will see the UIP1. Can you change the name? Yes, it's possible. Not a big deal. Okay, and then if you want to display details, you can type like this, UIP, and then here's the status. Interface. If you want to display specific, you can type UIP like this, and then print detail, same thing. And then we can see the status because UIP requires two parties connectivity. So that's why, yeah, so that's why you need to have the other, what is it? Other routers to connect to this router. So the router here is router 3. For example, you can use router 4. I'm sorry, my voice. Okay, you can use router 4 to connect to it. Okay, as you can see, these are the parameters: local address, remote address, and then the tunnel ID. Yeah. The status is not running. Okay. So the tunnel here is not active yet. Right. So okay, I got info from admin that we already exceed our time. Yeah, time limit is passed. So it's almost 20:45 now. I have a chat. Can the material be shared? Yes, it will be shared later on. Any word from admin?
Sorry to interrupt, but it seems like everybody enjoyed the webinar, so that's why it's more than like usual time.
Yeah, but everyone here is very silent. I don't know whether you understand or not. So hopefully you can understand. Perhaps this is too fast, and then I'm really sorry that the topic we are discussing here is tonight is an advanced topic, which requires you, yeah, some knowledge for understanding the materials. Okay, yes, admin, you can go ahead.
Okay, so guys, thank you very much for your attendance. We hope this webinar will be give you a good benefit and value for your and fulfill your expectation and gain knowledge about VPN tunnel on Mikrotik, especially. So if you have any feedback, please submit your feedback because really important to us. And can you turn on your video, please, so we
Oh
can
yeah,
see?
it's
It's a picture time, maybe.
picture time.
Now,
Yeah, it's a
maybe you
photo
can stop
session.
sharing. Can you stop sharing first? Then
Oh yeah. I need to stop
yeah.
sharing. All right. Yeah. Guys, please turn on your video, your camera. Turn it on. Well, actually, the topic here is quite good. You can also make money. There are lots of VPN provider there. It's good, man. You can sell to Chinese people. Yeah,
Yeah,
good.
tomorrow is Chinese New Year, so maybe you can
Oh
get
yeah, tomorrow is Chinese
discount.
New Year. Yeah.
Congratulations to those who celebrate that.
Yeah. For those who are celebrating the Chinese New Year,
Yeah, and get the holiday as well.
celebrate. Yeah, happy Chinese New Year. I don't know what kind of animal this year. Last year was mouse year. Yeah, they are the Chinese
Maybe
people.
tiger.
Yeah. Sometimes tiger, mouse, pig.
Wow.
Chicken.
Oh, a cow.
A cow. All
Cow. Oh,
right.
okay, buffalo.
Okay, so hope it
Okay,
Buffalo.
will be
so
give
welcome to Buffalo year.
2021.
Yeah, to
Okay, now
2021.
take
Okay,
picture,
guys,
please.
please turn on your camera. Thank you very
Smile.
much. Yeah, smile. And then one,
Maybe
two, three. Okay.
and thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Okay.
Okay, person from Bulgaria, you're ready to smile.
Yeah, one, two, three.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Okay, one,
all.
two, three. And one, two, three. Okay, great. Thank you very much. So we have lots of people coming today. All right, guys, thank you very much. So it's
Thank you,
that's the end
sir.
of photo session.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you
one thing
for
for
your
sure, if you
handsome
want to again,
face.
yeah, if you want to again join the webinar, you don't have to register. So only want a link for everything.
Yeah,
So
only
feel free
one
to
time
come next week.
registration, yeah, for all webinars.
Yes.
Any questions? If no, and then so hopefully you can put write some what is it
Some feedback
feedback for us. Okay.
or maybe review on our Facebook.
Yeah. That will be better.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I'm off now. Thank you very much, admin, and then see you in the next webinar.
Next
Good day,
webinar.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.